I think we can just jump straight in. I mean, Revoy is still undefeated. Abbster is somewhere in the middle, and Traich is dead last, so he's not winning the league.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Also, we do know who won the die roll this time, and it's Traich, so he's gonna be the one deciding. And let me just say hi to everyone on chat, and also um, Impress, don't worry about that. We actually have some excellent on this about these leaves. So if you want them, we might be able to source them. If we meet up at some regionals, we will just need to keep in touch. So feel free to DM me on Twitter as well if you want to. Like for now, we're prioritizing players, but anyone who gets on Division 3 will be able to. Sorry, Season 3, not Division 3, will be able to get it, and we might have some spares for long-time fans. So yeah, don't worry about it. We'll get it sorted.
Okay, we're starting
KK.
with stage.
Get rid of Vasco. We're gonna be looking for it here. I guess just the standard plan, right?
That's that's a new teach. Okay, that's surprising because he wasn't a fan of the card before.
No, I think he thought it was a bit overrated. I can see how that card can be a bit of a trap in the deck unless you really have some setup going on. But it's just Jack, isn't it? And it's also almost immune to being swung at because you get to pick whatever's best on your trash afterwards. So it is quite troublesome. See more searches from Traich as well. Are we going to be able to find our favorite expensive card? Yes, we are. We very much are. There's the secret Luffy. So now there's some interesting dynamics on the matchup.
Yeah, now he can apply some pressure, but if you play it too early, it doesn't really do anything, and maybe even gets like 6 cost evented if he plays
Yeah.
it. No, he doesn't play it, but Traich doesn't know.
Yeah,
Because it hits base cost, so the +1 from leader doesn't matter in that case.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. I'm kind of curious on what could be in After's hand right now because both of the searches were quite deliberate. Like he's taking his time. He might want to fix some of the problems with the hand first.
There's a lot of my errors, which is strong.
Mm. We're taking some counter.
Maybe he wants to establish the docu now that he just found.
It's not a bad shout.
If you
No,
could docu the law, but then your docu might die.
I kind of don't hate that.
No, I think it's not great. But I think you want to be able to use docu and Van Augur to pop the body that he plays next turn. Zoro, Bin, or
Yeah.
something like that. Okay, so he pops the one drop. Okay,
I mean
interesting.
that's true, but also like given the amount of life you have and you probably want to take some of them, it might be alright to just set up Ogre next turn. Like if you don't take a life now, you draw a card, you set up Ogre without attacking, and then you get to teach 6 cost, right?
But
Um,
if like one Augur is gonna be a little bit slower if the docu now dies.
yeah, that is true.
But Augur and Teach get rid of the 6 drop Luffy, which is nice. Unless he attaches it on, then it doesn't.
Yeah, that might be part of the problem with Q as well, right? It might get some value as a blocker just because
I mean, the Zoro
it
is a
can
4
only
cost,
really.
so
Yeah,
one Augur and docu would get rid of it.
yeah. These Zoro Euros are actually quite alright. And I guess you can also get rid of the Robins and Black Marias, so you get a decent percentage of the deck. Although it doesn't really help much with the 6 costs.
Does he have potatoes next to his mouse? That's what I'm looking at as the German. Yeah, this cleared Doku and Abbster almost took his life for it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very strong. Being able to put two bodies here. Maybe that
Another
would
gonna
be a
be
reason to leader, so your opponent cannot do it. Because now you got to ramp and put two bodies.
yeah, and also we do have the threat of the rush Luffy as well, so we are facing quite a lot of pressure if we don't clear something now, right?
Yeah, if he establishes Augur now, then that's a bit slow. If he
Away goes Tenka Stitch.
and if he doesn't establish Augur, he cannot clear something with his 7 cost stage. So looks a bit awkward right now.
Could leave a stronger there, maybe to set up for Teach after, but like stronger Barget, maybe?
Okay, takes the Kuzan. Makes sense. Probably plays the Kuzan and just leaves it there for now.
Mm. Yeah. Mm. No, we're just developing over. Oh no, Kusan. Okay.
Yeah, no. Do you do leader is the question. Like your opponent's going to 7k if you don't. Or at least maybe he will go to 7k. And he will get an extra don from the on play.
Yeah.
But I
That
think he
basically
just
means sorry, go on.
I mean now he could apply a lot of pressure. If he plays 6 drop Luffy, the one that goes to 7k,
Mm-hmm.
we we swing like 5 with the Robin, 5
Five
with
of the
the
Zorro
Zoro, and
and
then
seven.
swing 7 or 8. Or we could even, yeah, we could swing 8 because we want a don to a leader.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, it's 5, 5, 8. But the 5s are annoying. You probably can take 2 of the swings, just countering this 5. With something like an Augur if you have it. Yeah, or Lafitte. Makes sense.
Oh.
6. Okay, we might just play the Rush Luffy in that case. Yeah.
The
Okay,
problem
Rush
is
Luffy
we
is a 7k, 7 cost now.
yeah. Also probably means we don't have the beer Luffy, right?
But this play is very risky, isn't it? Like, we don't know the lists, but if you place Liberation here, like you swing 5 into the Zoro, you swing another 5 into the Zoro if you're a leader. Trai's gonna lose a lot of cards, then you pop the Kuza and you play whatever, like maybe like in Burgess or something, and then you get to use Liberation to KO
No,
Robin and the other guy. I mean, obviously do that before the Zoro dies.
yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Luffy and another body would be gone. And then Traich loses 2 cards if he wants to defend the Zoro as well. So yeah, Liberation would probably just be game here, it feels like.
Yeah, you're likely right. But I'm not sure you can afford to not do this kind of play now, right? Like, what alternatives does Troy actually have? Not play a third body at all and just swing bigger? Like 777?
Maybe. I mean, 777 would only be good if upside it was like low in life, like already at like 4 or 3 life, because at 5 life it doesn't really do much. It just takes it all. But yeah, maybe that Robin could cost him the game then.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to kind of establish something. So if your opponent has it, he has it.
I guess so. I don't think you can really safely play around the liberation on the turn. You just somewhat die to it, and that's that.
X black hole. I mean, if he pops the Kuzan into Augur, if he has Augur in hand, then he gets rid of the Luffy as well. Like, maybe, yeah, maybe leaders Augur now. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Pops the Kuzan, reduces the Luffy, pops the Luffy, and then he has one down left for maybe a Search, a Caribou or something.
Yeah.
So now he kills the Luffy. There's
Okay.
Caribou.
I'm still mad at that card being a card. Like I don't get how that goes. Like,
Yeah,
and we
Caribou is
have
crazy. If you've played
we
the deck with 4 VV in it, it was already
yeah.
kind of broken, and now you have like a 2K VV basically.
I don't get it. And I think Rayu got one of the most busted 2Ks in history with 2K Rayu, but that
I mean,
card is
yeah,
just like a
yeah, I
different
cannot
story. I
complain.
just don't get it.
I cannot complain about 2Ks in this set.
Mm-hmm.
Rage is crazy.
Yeah,
Okay, not
it's
so maybe a bit
amazing.
awkward for Traich. There's Caribou on the board, but you kind of want to clear the Van Augur as well. We do see that Abbster's running Tempest Kick in his list. Traich doesn't know that, but we have enough cards in trash for Tempest Kick. So next turn, if the Augur survives, you have the 7-cost Teach still in hand. You
Yeah.
play the Teach, play the rest Augur, use Tempest Kick, and you technically clear like a 9-cost.
Mm-hmm.
His 9-cost is a 10-cost, but like let's say he plays Katakuri now, which no, he can't. He only has 7 on left. Thought it was 8. But yeah, let's say if there wasn't Katakuri coming down, he could clear the Katakuri.
Which is insane.
Zeus is up there for broken 2Ks. Yeah, Zeus is probably the most broken 2K this set. They released insane 2Ks this set, to be honest.
Yeah, Susie is wild. I don't know.
Zeus is
Like to me,
crazy.
just the Caribou is just like breaking every design rule ever. I just don't get why they would
I
make
mean,
like
you have
a
to trash
1K
2 cards
blocker with
on.
2K.
You have to
No,
take
you
cards.
don't. You're teach, you don't.
I mean, that's not what they.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know
best
why that
card.
was the drawback. I just, I'm trying to piece it together.
I
Uh,
mean, in every deck that's not Teach, it would make it fair, yeah, but they just like Teach.
okay, can we just take a moment to appreciate the spice on Traich? Just deciding to run a Sabo on the list. I
Yeah, I
don't.
mean, I know the rest of the list, so.
Oh, you do. Hmm.
But
Hmm.
it's not gonna be very helpful for him now.
No, I don't think that's working out. I guess it's a 7 cost blocker. That's something. I also just realized now that we didn't see the possibility of a Sanji on the 7th turn for Traich, which would have been fairly backbreaking as well. And he did get rid of one of for counter.
He didn't have on play, so Sanji would just be 7 drop.
Oh, he didn't that
Yeah.
turn.
He
What did
trigger
Abbster?
he used Augur last turn for leader
No, no,
ability.
no, not
And
this turn. The one before, I mean. I think it was the last turn with a leader ability, the one where we were theorizing about Beer Luffy.
oh yeah, yeah. 7 cost in that turn would be strong as well. Not
Yeah,
having to use
because
your 6 drop Luffy.
that's it,
But
and
yeah,
you get the rush. You get to recover the Dawn, right? Because you get to Dawn -2 if you want. You rest the Kusen so you can swing into it with your 5s and still swing at life somewhat. So yeah,
this board state is kinda unfortunate to say the least.
yeah,
Like anything you play is just gone. Even if you pressure him with like 6 drop Luffy, one gets blocked. You kind of have to swing into the Augur that draws a card, and then you're just giving Upset time to play his 10 drop.
yeah. Now what?
I might know what's happening, but Okay,
That's
so I
not the Kaido I think it is it?
yeah,
Oh my
chat
god.
does this. It's Kaido Linlin. The Sabo kinda gave it away, but, yeah, it's Kaido Linlin. That card does nothing in this matchup.
I mean, I guess if it survives somehow,
I mean, just Tenko's Teach stunning it is basically
game. Yeah.
yeah, basically just your entire turn for nothing, not even an on play. Just 10
What
down
in the
for
cross AI?
nothing. What in the
Chat is
cross
on
A
fire
is this,
today.
Traich AI? I mean, Traich has an AI in the middle of his name, so he's basically cross.
Yeah. How are you both basically cross? You're
Yeah.
his twin and try his cross as well. Like, we have too many of you. Uh-huh. That's Abbster half of the 10 cost.
He pitched one earlier, but I
Huh.
mean, maybe he doesn't even need it. He just gets rid of the Lindlen, maybe. Another organ, maybe. Something, or like Tempest Kicks. Could just clear it, maybe. But yeah,
He
the
needs two,
easiest.
right? He needs Ogre plus Tempest Kick or
Yeah.
Stronger plus
Yeah.
Temper Kick. And he has 3 in hand? 4 in hand.
Yeah. But yeah, just 10 cost Teach is the easiest solution to the problem on board. Even if Kaido Linden resolves here, Abbster just draws 2 cards.
That is true.
But you
That
wouldn't
is
want to
very true.
want it you wouldn't want it to resolve for sure.
I don't think so. I think.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a Teach.
Yeah, that is a teach.
I mean, taking the 6 is very telling as well.
Yeah, this is not great for try.
Yeah, it's a bit of a conceit angle, to be fair. The only body on the board is a 10 cost that didn't do anything last turn, and
And
now
he's
it's
not doing
stunned.
anything this turn. Yeah.
Yeah, and surviving is also like, how do you survive? You have 1 life, no blocker yet. He did just find a giant, but if Upstar did abilities here, he can't even use Beer Luffy to push himself. I missed the CGI Ripper. Yeah, we need to put CGI Ripper into every deck.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone needs to play like random cards. We'll just replace random cards. Like those
I'll proxy
are just
Cosette.
reapers.
I'll
Those
pro
caribous
I
are just reapers. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll proxy Cosette next time. I'll put 4 Cosette and have them all just be face backwards cards.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, what do you do if you're Traich here? Kinda just nothing.
I don't know the list, so I don't know if he has any like options.
Maybe he changed the list, but yeah, I mean that's an option, but not the greatest one.
Nope. Very much nope.
He definitely didn't expect to run into Teach today. That's for sure.
Definitely not. I don't think that was on the cards. It is a bit unfortunate. Uh I guess Lob will have been a lot more interesting with Kyle Linder.
Kinda like weird the interaction. Because like let's say Kaido Linlin resolves and there's Beige on board. You just heal him by like 4 life.
Yeah,
So it's basically kinda unplayable with Beige on board, but
without it,
I mean you have Don to use um before resolving Kaido Linlin in your turn. So there's a way to get rid of it.
yeah, you could
Playing like
Sanji it
Sanji, yeah, rest it, swing into it, something like that.
or lighten it, I guess.
And
That's 6. Oh, Kyle
no
Leland
more,
died.
no more Kaido on the board.
The dream is over. Yeah, I don't think there's an avenue for victory here.
Could swing 9, could swing 9 and 12 or something. But I mean, if you rest your teach and maybe there's a way 6 cause Luffy gets there, but unlikely. Probably has cycled his bricks out of his hand by now.
Mm.
You would need to. Okay, it's pitched Burgess to find Burgess and then pitched Burgess again. In this house, we do not like Burgesses. I feel like in the removal variant of Teach, you could maybe just run less Burgess.
That is
Maybe
fair enough.
I'm crazy for saying that, but like he's clean, like just winning this game without
Either of
using
them,
his
yeah.
Burgess, yeah. And then
But, yeah. And then to be honest, he did have a fair shot at lethaling, even if he doesn't have the Tempest kick there. And with the board.
and like to most of the Luffy leaders, like green purple or like matchups like Betty and stuff, he's probably like looking for his removal for the most part. So maybe he doesn't even need like 4 Burgess.
Yeah. Jack's saying that you kind of want to do the barriers plan on second against general decks. So that just turns up the gear, I suppose. So not
Yeah.
having 4 might make it a bit more inconsistent. But it doesn't really feel like you need it that much. Okay. 6 lead. Six lead. Counter.
Gives it 2K.
Oh my god.
Army of Sanjis.
Yeah.
I mean, we could kill one with like Augur and. No, we cannot clear it. We need 2 Augurs to clear it, so it's not worth it. But maybe he has 2 Black Hole in hand.
Is he running Soba Mask as well? Is this what's happening?
No, I don't think so.
It would be funny. Also bad, but funny.
Eight. Okay.
Do we have a giant? Oh,
Eight at the.
blocker.
It's interesting. Yeah, otherwise 8 would have been a bit odd. So I was wondering if it's at life or at the blocker.
Hmm.
So playing it like insanely
Safe.
safe. Not trying
He
to
just
lose it
he
any
just
way
wants us
possible.
to give some entertainment to us.
Yeah.
I don't or some misery to Traich. Either of them is a good option. Uh,
And now he goes 9 phase. Or does he?
not.
I mean, he only has like 2 cards in hand, so his options are probably pretty limited.
Hmm. Okay, those
That's an
guys
option.
are 4 cores now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're playing it safe.
Now you could just punch it, punch big.
We could go 13-13.
He only has 2 cards in hand, so he probably doesn't want to rest his teach just for the off chance that he dies to 6 rush Luffy. Reich needs to connect 4 swings in that case if he rests his teach, which is unlikely, but possible. I don't know what's in Abbster's hand. He just drew a random card, but he still has stage to use. And he should be through his deck by now, I think. So he probably knows the next cards.
Sense. I'm not sure if full deck though. I don't get the feeling we've had that many turns. There's been just some very complex ones.
They milled a lot of cards and then used Stage like a couple of times, but maybe the rage you play on me just thinks
Overestimates, yeah.
thinks we're through the deck. At least
Yeah,
close, at least.
everything searches a 3 though, right? So it does take them a lot of turns to get there.
Yeah, we didn't play Lafitte this game. Oh yeah, it's just trees. But like half his deck is in the trash and in hand and board and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if you swing tall enough that he either has to use like giant or block and the Sanji dies, yeah, then now you don't die.
Do we have a Gam Gam Lightning on the deck? Because you could die to that, right?
Lightning. Hmm. I think like his last version might have played it, but I'm not too sure. Could change. Like lightning and gamma knife are pretty interchangeable. Just
Yeah.
a question of what card do you expect that your opponent plays. In this case, lightning obviously being a bit better. But yeah, lightning and crush
And the
Luffy are your
Secret
options.
Luffy.
But if you
Yeah, I
lightning
think.
now, you swing 677. So 677 needs to connect.
Uh, yeah. I mean, it's not terrible as a game plan given where we are. I don't think it connects, but
It doesn't get there.
I suspect that's probably a 2K in hand, right? Otherwise, he would have got rid of it. Mm.
Oh, 677 is already including the double team. Use the
Yeah, I know.
yeah, I'm just saying to Jack. You use the lightning, you get 1 Don back. You pay 2. So you have 3 Don left. You attach 1 to leader and you need 2 active Don for your Luffy. So it's 677.
Yep.
Less some tripping.
Okay. Can we get out of that 22 swing?
Giant magic. But he only has 2 Don, so only gets them up
Yeah.
to 13. Then there's still like 8 and 5. Yeah, you cannot get out of 22. The cards in hand.
Mm-mm.
I mean, giant, and 5 2Ks are exactly what he needs.
Easy.
But then, yeah, there's still 5 and 8. Or 9, or whatever you swing.
Number one. I mean, he's just exuding aura for Abbster, I guess.
Do it. 22. There's no way.
Is he just gonna play another teach?
Be funny.
Okay, no. Is
That
this
way, how
actually
many
possible?
cards? I think he has 4 cards in hand. So it might not be possible. Yeah,
Okay.
only had 4
Yeah,
cards in
only
hand.
4, but he did have 3 2Ks out of those 4, so heart of the cards was kind of with Traich.
I mean, he already used one of the giants, so he wasn't close. Wasn't at 13. Was at 9 and then 3 2Ks.
Yeah, that is fair enough. It's roughish, actually. But it was surprisingly not impossible for Traich to win this game.
Sure about that statement.
I
It
mean,
looked there
there
was
was
no
there
point
was a
in
window, right? There was a window
yeah,
last turn, so there is that. It was a very
yeah,
very
I
small
agree.
window, but
Yeah.
it's a window nonetheless. I thought it was over like 5 turns ago. The fact that it was a window is quite interesting.
I mean, the early game looked decent. like Robin and Zoro, and then also having 6 cost Luffy after.
Yeah.
Sanji would have been obviously a lot better.
Yeah, 100%. It wasn't a close game, Rowan. I didn't say it was a close game. It's definitely not a close game,
Hmm.
but it was interesting.
Maybe Teach is the answer. Beats you can build for like GP. GP is not great, but it's like not unwinnable. Black purple is decent. Blue purple you can beat somehow. Like if they don't play stuff like Gravity Blade, you just insta win probably. Then Betty won 3 regionals as well. So maybe Teach will come back. Please don't.
That is true.
Please stop.
There is a lot
But
of GP still, though, right?
yeah, GP is still one of the most popular decks. Yeah, but like it's not like unwinnable. So if you prep your deck a bit for GP and then beat all the other decks, it's not horrible.
Mhm. I'm just not sure, like whether you can beat GP reliably enough without giving up to some of the other popular decks. You know what I mean? It's kind of the black decks conundrum. Although the fact that you have leader ability makes it a lot easier for dealing with blue purple than for like Lucci or Smoker or some other random Fusan deck instead. Huh. We are reading that, Jack. We are on an outbreak, I guess. So we're gonna be not talking that much.
The subscribers still listen and hear us.
That is that is true. That is true. We need to, and we got 5 extra subscribers yesterday. So there's a bunch of people that don't listen to the ads, so we can still be
I
somewhat
got no
entertaining.
ads, says Rowan as a subscriber of the channel. That's the whole point of being a subscriber, not getting ads.
Yeah. Also, like supporting us, I suppose. But yes, the game is ongoing as well. I don't know if that's intentional by any means, or we should.
Yeah, the ad break was just 1 minute. It's over.
Hmm. Okay, good stuff. Are
Yeah.
we back then?
Yeah. Traich starts with going first this time.
He
Maybe
didn't like the outcome of the
yeah,
second time of the
changing the
previous game.
approach. Yeah,
Ooh, he opened
but
double stage.
now Abbster has an angle to do leader ability and um, deny Traich from ramping. Like if he goes seconds, he gets to 6 anyway, so no need. But now he could leader ability the next turn or this turn to be.
Oh, there
Oh,
goes the Tempest kick.
oh, we almost
Now,
missed.
mhm. Yeah, not
That's the
many
risk you
choices to
have.
be made. It is miserable when you feast a stage in Teach, right? Because you do need every card in your hand ever. So like wasting one for nothing, it's a lot harder than for Reiju where we draw 17 million cards.
Yeah. He does leader. I think it makes sense. Yeah,
Hmm.
5 down is a bit more awkward for him. I mean, we saw him play Sabo in this deck, so Upster knows it by now. Okay, and he finds the card that he needs to ramp anyways.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we are actually going to be getting to 6 next turn. That basically means Teach is on the discarding situation now, right? Like you wouldn't want to get the beer Luffy situated, especially when you cannot quite set up an auger to remove anything, and you're gonna not gonna get there just with a docu.
Yeah, Ogre and Teach doesn't get rid of it because they're done on your leader, and it's a bit late.
Yeah,
So we'll see what he does. Yeah, he
taking a
just
small look at
purges,
the list. Yeah, just develop.
and he doesn't leader this time. Makes sense. I think, or did he leader? No, he pitched the Ogre last turn and Burgess for stage this turn.
Okay. Then we probably do want the the beer Luffy to be the protagonist right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Ah, that Mario was punishing.
Yeah, he basically pitched a card for no reason, but I mean, your opponent has to have it. I think it still makes sense to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
And I mean, to some degree, if you pitch a card and set up like an Augur for in trash, your opponent has to play Maria, but Maria as a body is like if you get to low amounts of cards in hand, like as a teach player, then Maria kinda becomes a buddy, but it's not like any real board pressure in the early game. W-
Mhm.
And if you don't leader, he rams using Zoro or Robin, and those are like those cards are more of an annoying board presence for Abbster. So I
Yeah,
think it's
they,
fine. Still like decent that he had to play Maria. If he didn't have Maria, then it would be really awkward.
mhm.
'Cause then you play Zoro with no ramp, and then maybe like something like Sabo the turn after.
Yeah, it's also the non-searchable RAM card, right? So you know that it's not that likely that they always have it. So I think
Yeah,
just playing probabilities, you should do that. It's just that now you're in an awkward spot.
I think if you've played the matchup like a lot, I don't know how often Traich runs into Teach on like a sim, then
Hmm.
you probably, if you're going first, you probably like mulligan for it because you know that your opponent might turn off your ramp
Yeah,
or keep the hand because of Maria.
yeah, and everything else is a bit easier to manage.
Mm.
Hmm.
Pitching another Burgess.
It might not be a bad turn to leader ability and play the blocker Kusen, I guess. Save some of that
Um,
pressure because you're gonna be swung eights kind of heavily.
and yeah, Blocker Kuzan is a decent way of stalling out for the late game. Just taking a swing and spawning Burgess. Kuzan and Karibo would also be an option. Just playing the 5 cost Kuzan and Karibo. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, we're probably taking stronger. Unless we don't have Kuzan in hand, then we might want the Augur. But like playing Augur here is very slow. So I guess he just takes the 2k and plays Kuzan and swings big. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. He might need to do Ogre though. Maybe enables Ogre like a second Ogre. But it doesn't really clear anything. That is miserable. Yeah, I take the 2K.
Deck doesn't like the 6 cost. I think the 6 cost um Kuzan kind of has the like the same use case as like something like let's say Lucky Roo. It's a defensive tool that if you block with it gets you some sort of tempo. In Lucky Roo's case, you remove stuff from your opponent. But in this case, let's say you block an 8k swing and spawn the Burgess anyways. It's kind of like a 5 cost Kuzan, but instead of drawing you a card, it like
Gives you
takes an
the
attack.
block.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
takes an
basically
attack from your
draws
opponent.
you. It draws you a card that's like a limited
Yeah.
counter, right?
Yeah. It draws you unlimited counter for a turn. So I don't think it's like useless. If you had played it this turn, just swing 5, swing 7, play the 6 drop, and then
Mhm.
like counter one of like the maybe 7 or 8 from the leader, or like 6 or 7 from the Luffy. I think that's not too bad. I think that's
Yeah,
not
that's
like too
fair
slow.
enough.
I don't feel like
Have
it's too
we?
slow in that case.
Uh, no, I think it was kind of a solid play. We've not pitched, have we?
I don't think so. I mean, we are one card away from Burgess becoming like an 8k, and we have like decent amounts of cards in hand. So if your opponent's like trying to play Sanji and
Sanji.
beating over your Burgess, that's like okay for you. You're fine with that. Probably just gonna counter one, then one of them you let die, and then take one life if that's what happens.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's like if this game goes a bit on longer and you stay healthy, then it's good for Teach. Just playing the 10 drops on like 3 life or something, or 2 life. Make sure he doesn't just randomly die to stuff like 6 of Luffy, the rush card. Yeah, play Sabo. That's not the most, that's not the worst play in the world.
No, that does negate a lot of possibilities from Teach, it does force to kind of go for aggression, but now you have a 7k leader and you have a blocker in case they go big at the
You have
beer Luffy.
8k characters, so swinging like 9/9 is not too hard. You could swing, you could try to squeeze in a 5 here with the Maria.
Mhm.
Swing 7, use leader ability, get 1 active done, attach 3 to Maria, swing 5, swing 8. It's a bit weird in sequencing. So maybe it just goes like 8, 9.
Yeah.
You keep the Maria for later on. Because now that 5 doesn't really do much.
You could also play a sort of Euro, I guess, even though that one's KOable.
Maybe, yeah.
I guess it's an extra random body.
I mean, he will get to play Linlen this time before Abbster can play Tenkostage.
Hmm.
But what is he? He's on 10 next turn, right? And then we are on. Oh, we're on 8 this turn, so he plays the Linlen and it gets done there. No, never mind. I was about to
Yeah.
say maybe we see Linlen swing this time, but like, even if that's the case, Burgess doesn't die. So you're just killing your own board, unless you have Sabo protection.
Yeah. I mean, you do take a life and heal a life, so there's something, but it doesn't really seem very great. Those Parkas are gonna be pretty much immediately in case. Yep. It is kind of unlikely that they are any bigger, but we could find one more error, I guess.
We only have 4 cards in hand on Traich side, so 9/9 to be a Luffy. It's not too bad. Could see that that's what happening, yeah. 9 into the
Hmm.
beer Luffy, see what happens. Maybe 9 again. We don't have Don for Giant up. It would go down to 8 Don if that's the case. I don't know if his plan is gonna be play Linlin next turn, because it just gets stunned again.
Yeah, I guess the difference is that this time you do have some kind of a board. If you can protect that, right?
It's gonna be hard. Like 9 into this Luffy is already like either 2 cards from his hand or disable. And if you pitch 2 cards now, you're probably blocking with disable. Yeah. So you have 2 cards and in hand and no sabo.
Hmm. I agree with Rowan on chats. I think Barges might be one of the dumbest cards ever printed. Uh, yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty strong.
like we complain about Jimbe, but like a 4K, 4 cost and KOable 8K or more. It's kind of wild. But it's leader locked, so it's fine.
That's fine. If they
Anything
keep
leader
printing
locked is fine.
support for it, yeah, if they keep
Yeah.
printing support for it. I mean, now we could just jam big at the Luffy and pass. It's not the worst idea. Just swing 11 at it, it dies. Your
Yeah.
opponent doesn't really have a board. You still have 2 life and 2 big Burgesses, and next turn you have a 10 drop. If you do that though, like if he has
You
a 6
died
drop Luffy,
to Rush
or
Luffy.
just
Yeah.
that, like, yeah, if you, I mean, you don't die to it, you might, but if Traich just attaches his Don to Maria, Robin, and his leader,
Hmm.
he could swing like 7, 7, 7 something, and then after Teach play the Rush Luffy. Now we
Yeah.
see the Kuzan. Kuzan's not gonna be able to spawn something important, I think. We have Organ Trash, which is decent. We do have a Kuzan in Trash, but if we spawn the Kuzan of Kuzan,
As
it's like
well.
a 5k.
Okay. Here comes the pressure.
Yeah, that's the best looking board state from Tyke we had today.
Yeah.
Like, he gets a 6 cost Luffy stun next turn, the rush one. If he takes life now, he might be in danger. Only has 2 cards in hand, which is a problem. That's 2k or 1k. You definitely want to resolve the Kuzan, I would assume. It's just a question when to block with it. If you block the Kuzan now and play something like 5-cost Kuzan, then I guess it's a double blocker because your opponent's gonna swing into that 5-cost Kuzan, I assume. If we block the leader swing, then there's still Robin that could swing into it, but that we could counter. But Kuzan might not be the best option because there's nothing to play off Kuzan and Trash right now, so maybe it's just Augur. And then if Augur dies, you get a card. If Augur doesn't die, you have a 6k.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we get something
Ooh.
important into the trash now. Milling Burgess now would be good. Okay, no Burgess. He takes the
Mhm.
Vasco. That's an 8. Hmm. I mean, if we take this and play Teach next turn, could we die to another Rush Luffy? Probably. Oh, there
Oh,
is
there
a Burgess
was
now.
there was a
Oh,
Burgess. We missed it.
we missed
Ooh.
it.
Okay, then I guess.
I mean, yeah, then there was a good target. Then I was just tripping. But if there wasn't a Burgess, then that's probably like what you do. Okay, those are 9k Burgesses.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jack C, like, I feel like the 6 drop Kuzan was pretty good in this case.
I in this matchup it does do a lot of work, I think.
Okay,
Sequencing is
that's
also
8.
kind of a bit weird. I do like swinging fives into that blocker Kuzan, actually, because it does feel like the teach player doesn't really have a good option out of those because it doesn't get the value, and just having a free 1k is a bit
I
better for
mean,
the opponent.
all your characters are base 7.
Yeah,
Social
that's the
leader.
problem.
So it's gonna be
Mhm.
hard swinging 5Ks into a Teach.
I mean, in this specific case, Traich could have swung two 5Ks, right? Early on,
It is
and then just go
interesting
the
that
sevens.
he committed the 8. I guess, like, if 10 cost Teach comes down with 1 life, he's scared might not be able to finish, but now, I mean, how does he survive? He has 2 cards in hand and no giant. So just swinging
Mhm.
9 here. If he counters, I think it's just math. No, it's not math
Yeah.
if he counters. If he counters, he has 3 life, but then his entire board dies. That's If he counters, he still has 3 life, and Abbster only has 3 swings. I thought he was at 2 life.
Mhm.
But then, yeah, just swing 9 into Luffy, into Luffy, swing 5 into Robin.
Yeah.
Or you just start swinging at board. It's like 999 to. Yeah, 999 gets rid of all of the Luffys. But yeah, here you need to be a bit careful because, like, 6 cost Luffy could kill you.
Yeah. Definitely can. And you have enough cards. You're going to be pitching. You are kind of on a good spot. What could be those tricks cards to guarantee this? I would suspect there's a six cost in hand.
There is then. I mean, how many cards does Abbster have? It's like 5 or 6. And then
Mhm.
if you play the 7 drop, the 6 drop with 10 down, what do you swing? Like, I could swing 9 9 and use the remaining down to attach to leader. The one that you get back from leader ability. 9 9
Yeah.
6. And then here's
I
6.
I don't hate going a six at life right now. If you don't have the pitch play, even a five.
I mean, he's a 7k leader.
Oh, true.
But
That's
yeah,
why. Yeah.
if he
Yeah. Like
wasn't a
if we were in a
7,
regular scenario. Yeah.
yeah. If he was a 5k leader, you just poke 5 life first. I think there's no way he can take it with the Burgesses on the board and his cards
Yeah.
in hand.
But with the 7K,
Mm.
it's
This
not
is
that
kind of
likely to
cool.
lethal. Mm, don't
I mean,
hate
yeah, this
it.
one kind of. I feel like you could he bait him into going for game. If he has like 2 2Ks in hand already, he might just take it. Tries to bait him into going for game because, like, what can he swing? Yeah, I mean, he's showing. I could go
Okay.
11 11, 12, 12. And then if he guards out of the 12.
Yeah. Now we can get rid of board altogether.
Yeah, I mean, but what do you do now? Cannot play tank or teach. So you have to clear the
Mhm.
board for sure. Swing into the
Yeah.
board. Like everything
You-
dies.
But they do have Black Maria and Leader, right? So, like, worst case
Yeah.
scenario, you can do a split there.
We saw him
8,
pick up
9.
Vasco earlier. So he does have Vasco in hand. I think he didn't pitch it to anything, no. So maybe some combination of clearing board, Vasco, and maybe Caribou.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he has two blocker, then he might survive the 6-drop Luffy. And maybe that's why he chose to swing instead of playing Teach. Or maybe he just doesn't have Teach. But yeah, if you just play Teach now, you have to counter a 9 and a 6. Because you can block only one 9. So maybe he would just be dead if he plays Tenkos Teach here. So I like
Yeah.
this. You clear the board, you play Vasco, you play Caribou or something. Maybe he even plays like Vasco and 6-drop Kuzan, because like everything kills. If you swing 9 into Luffy, it dies. He only has one card in hand. So you get rid of
Mhm.
Robin and both Luffys.
Yeah, everything dies. We have 7 cards in hand after pitching. Ugh.
Yeah, it's a lot more cards than I gave him credit for.
Calculating risks, but I think he's got it.
I mean, definitely play Vasco here.
Yeah, that's for sure. And if we have a way to like bring a Katarina or some other blocker or a Caribou would be great.
And
If we
maybe he
play,
knows that he survives the 6-drop Luffy and just plays like Vasco and, I don't know, 5-cost Kuzan.
Mhm.
Yeah, Vasco and 6-cost Kuzan would be great.
oh yeah, Vasco, Kusan, Katarina comes back, becomes a blocker. Ugh.
Oh, you're playing this too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're not getting through like this wall now.
Nope, no, you're not. 4 cards in hand. Hmm. Oh, maybe 3? No, 4, right.
From
He's
Archer's
shuffling way
side.
too quickly. Yeah.
I mean, we played 2 cards and pitched 1 card, so yeah, we should be at 4.
If we had kept the secret Luffy, that means we could go 778 or 788 actually.
Yeah.
I guess that's something. Yep. And we're
Yeah.
dead. Giant
Only
tap.
1 card in hand, so we could, if we have like a black hole, we disable the blocker and swing double attack or banish with the Devon.
Mm. Oh, double attack would be like brutal.
I mean, he only has 1 card in hand, so 7 probably connects. Or is that 2 cards?
Yeah.
He only plays 2 black hole, and I'm not sure how many I see in the trash. I'm pretty sure I see 1. I'm not sure if I see the second one.
Mm. I don't think so. I think there's like playset of my era. There
Burgess is now
might be.
11k. Or is it 10 games? Oh, it's 11k. There's 6 piles of 4.
Mm.
I just took the 5. So I guess he maybe has a giant in hand.
Are they bigger? Oh my god. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you
Take
just swing
11.
the Burgesses, then I mean, the Sanji dies to blocking, so you could just try to survive again.
I think I actually like banishing 7 with Katarina here. Like, I don't believe there's a way for Traich to survive this, but
Abbster keeping the options open. He doesn't really need to banish him. If he takes this, he just
run with it.
gives up.
That was an unfortunate matchup, actually.
I don't think there's much Traich could have changed in those games
No,
aside from his deck
maybe
list. But
maybe
I mean,
giving that 1k Sanji on game 1 could have shifted the momentum. So we, rather than having the rush Luffy, we have the rush Sanji, and we get to swing at the Kusan, stop what's his name from coming back, right? Like, you get nobody of Kusan, you don't get the first Vanagar for free, and that could have been maybe a bit better. But other than that, yeah, I don't think in this game there was anything to criticize. Really, it was just unfortunate. Oof. Okay.